Day 2, here we go, rise and shine. Time for Bugs Wants Kale. That's right, Bugs Bunny wants kale. So we're gonna be using some carrots, a head of kale, depending on obviously how big the head of kale is. You may wanna, adjust that a little bit, but I'm gonna use 5 carrots because these are actually pretty big. The recipe calls for 6, but again, depends on how much you wanna make and depends on how big the carrots are. So I'm gonna go with 5 and we're gonna get this started. I'm using the Green Star juicer today. This is actually my favorite juicer. It's a little bit more work. Takes a little bit more time, but it gets the best yields out of the stuff you put in. So I actually have to use the plunger on this to kind of push things through. So again, I'm gonna rotate between putting in some kale, putting in some cucumber, putting in some carrots, and then we're gonna finish this off by taking the lime. Instead of juicing it, I'm gonna squeeze it into the juice itself. And if you find that your juices get a little bit too frothy, you can actually strain them and get rid of some of that froth if you want. You don't have to, but just an idea. So this, again, the juice just loaded with amazing vitamin A from the carrots. Kale, probably the most nutrient-dense green that I've ever come across. It's incredible. Everything you could want and more is in here. Vitamin K, vitamin C, vitamin A, folic acid, all sorts of good stuff. So with this juicer, it's a little bit tricky sometimes, especially when you start putting soft produce in, like cucumbers. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start sending this stuff in, and I'm gonna do like 1/4 at a time, because if I put in the whole cucumber at once, it's gonna clog up the blades because it's so soft. So I'll do cucumber, I'll throw in a little piece of kale, we'll throw in a carrot. And I gotta actually do some work on this one, so it's a good little tricep workout. All right, got that down. And then we'll repeat. So 1 little piece of cucumber if he wants to go down. I've actually done juices where I've had cucumber explosions. This might be one of them, where the cucumber actually just like explodes, backfires into your face, which is always fun. Not really. So when you think about how most Americans, most Westerners start their day, coffee, toast, bagels, it's not really the best way to start your day if you want more energy and just kind of to get through your days with more kind of vibrancy and fun, easier to lose weight. You definitely want to be starting off with nutrient-rich foods like a juice or even a smoothie, because that way you're just doing your body a heck of a lot more good without all the caffeine and sugar. So what you're going to find here with this juicer especially, the pulp that comes out is pretty dry. I mean, this is pretty dry compared to a lot of juicers. That's why I get so much good yields out of this juicer. It's a lot of work in terms of like physical pushing down, but it's well worth it because you're burning calories, maybe a few, and you're getting some really good yields. You're getting the maximum benefit in terms of getting the most out of your foods with this juicer. This juicer I bought, 9 years ago, probably about $600 at the time, and we melted the back of it to some degree on the stove, so it's kind of warped and stuff, but it still does the job. It's a tremendous juicer, and I call it my sniper rifle because it kind of looks like a sniper rifle. Okay, we'll add in the last bit of cucumber. Talk about cucumber explosion, we just about had one there. So when you're working with cucumbers, just gently get them down into the blades, and then we'll finish off with our last carrots. And you also want to be sure that you're cutting stuff that fits within the feeding hole for the juicer. I've done carrots before where they're thin, they got big at the top, and then it got stuck here. I had to stop the juicer, pull everything apart. So Just try to cut things down a little bit before. Save yourself the hassle. With this pulp, with all this fiber, this is normally what you would get in a smoothie if you kept it. But we're not doing that for now. We're getting it like right to the nutrition through the juice. But what you can do is some people actually make muffins and different baked goods with the pulp. I'm not one of those people. I kind of just throw it out. So there we go. There is our Bugs Wants Kale. Just let it run through a little bit more, get some of that last juice out. All right, so let's give it a quick little, actually, I'm gonna throw a lime in. Remember the key working with greens is the citrus. So half a lime, that's a juicy lime. That is a good lime. And juice all that in. I'm gonna give this a little stir. And this is 2 cups and a little bit. So not too bad at all. I'll just kind of dump that into our mason jar here. Give this a shot. And again, you can have 2 cups, you can have 3 cups, you can have a liter all on your own. So, you know, you can't get fat doing this stuff. Awesome. Simply awesome. There we go. Bugs Wants Kale, carrots, kale, cucumber, lime. Enjoy.